All right. Let us begin. If we did a yoga class, we're talking about how the world seems overwhelming day to day. It's like, can't I just have a day where I don't have to deal with something that I don't really want to deal with? And so it does feel overwhelming. And so here we are. When you bring yourself to this practice, we can stop for an hour. And if we just sat with our hands up on our lap and our eyes closed and did some conscious breathing for this entire hour, that would be so helpful. But we are going to do some stretching and breathing. And so just take this class, let's just close our eyes. Start with just closing our eyes. Get quiet. And just become aware of how you're feeling today, emotionally, physically, mentally. And does it feel like there's a lot, too much? And if that's the case, then you take this practice today and do it slow and only do what feels good on your body. And if you're feeling like, yeah, I could really go for it, then do that too. But just taking that moment to stop and recognize, how am I feeling in this moment, on this day? So let's keep the eyes closed. Let's lift the heart. Get a gentle, tall spine. Palms are up on our lap. Just rest the fingers out, palms open. And let's take a breath in through the nose. Pause and then breathe out with a sigh. Just feel all that tension. Imagine it just floating out into space on that exhale breath. Let's take another breath in. Pause the breath at the top. And then exhale. With a sigh. You have arrived. You have arrived to take care of yourself on this beautiful morning. I'm just going to do some 4-part breath. So conscious breath, nice big breaths, relaxing the belly. On an inhale breath, slowly bring the breath in through your nostrils and let the belly rise, that area below your navel, just a little bit. And then hold the breath. And then exhale, draw your belly back and squeeze out all the air gently from your lungs. And then pause. So inhale. Belly rises, heart rises, and pause. And exhale. Press the belly back gently to help squeeze out all the toxic air in the lungs. Yeah, this big breath helps us detoxify. And continue at your own pace, breathing in as deeply as you can, holding the breath comfortably as long as you can, and then exhaling. And just imagine all that used up air is being expelled by the breath. And pause. Let's do 2 more, your own pace. Maybe each time it gets a little bit deeper. It is said that about 80% of our toxins are exhaled through our breath. So a continuing part of our spring detoxification by squeezing out all that stale air and slowing down the breath. And the next time that you breathe out, relax the breath. And just notice your natural breath. And just from that minute or two of conscious breathing, notice how you're feeling. Any different? Maybe a little calmer. Maybe a little more present. And the eyes closed. We're going to begin practice today with the sound of Om. So let's take a cleansing breath in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. And then take a nice big breath in and exhale with the sound of Om. Feel that coming from the belly, up through the throat, out through the top of your head. And again, take a nice big breath in. Om. Connecting ourselves to each other. And one more, take a nice deep breath in. Connecting ourselves to the earth, to the universe, to the divine energy, to our spirit. Relax the breath. And when you feel ready and complete, you may gently just open the eyes. So as we talk about stress and feeling overwhelmed so many times, each and every day, just know that just sitting like that, like what we just did for 5 minutes, right? 5-6 minutes, that can recharge your battery so that everything doesn't feel so overwhelming. So to have a little practice, maybe make notes every time you come to class. Oh, I want to remember that stretch. I want to remember that breath. And just have a little, your own little personal practice next to you and on your tablet. And again, when you start feeling that overwhelm, I don't know what to do next. I don't want to do any of it, right? That's how I was feeling yesterday. So that's why it's so fresh in my head. Then just stop, do a little practice, and then see if you want to go on. And if not, then stop for longer if you can. Yeah. All right, let's begin to move our body a little bit. And again, just take this practice today to wherever you want, right? Whatever serves you. If you want to just sit with your eyes closed and listen and do whatever is resonating with you, do that. Yeah. All right, nice tall spine. So we're going to take our hands and just massage our neck, our cheeks. And just want to start to just do that light massage on yourself. I don't know, I always feel this tingling going on. So we're waking up our prana energy, shoulders. We're waking up this big vagal nerve here with doing the neck. Yeah, and then tap your chest. Yeah, wake up your thyroid. Go out to towards your shoulders, get to those pecs. You might feel like, oh, those are really tender. Need to wake that energy up in there. Yeah. And then massage your arm, one arm and the other arm. Yeah, just giving yourself some self-love. And relax, bringing your hands, if you can, to the outside of your chest and just rub up and down. Yeah. Just taking care, self-love. And down your legs, and just notice what part of your body that you massage feels particularly good. Maybe just massage like the kneecaps, right? That knee joint that keeps us upright all day, keeps us moving. And if it's available to you, maybe even down across, down your shins. Good. And then coming to the inside of your, like below your knees, pressing in there. Sometimes that area gets, especially if you have like weaker knees. Yeah, and relax. Good, and just shake, shake, shake. Nice and easy. Shake off all the stuff, right? All the to-dos and the tech and the negative and the stuff that's going on around us, and just shake it off, right? We do what we can do where we are, and that's all we can do. And then we can send out energy, right? We can send out love, and we can send out healing, because that travels. It's like picking up a phone and calling somebody, but we don't have to physically do that. I can do my old-fashioned phone here, which is not hooked up. And I pick that up all the time, and I'm like, okay, bless the earth, divine, talking and sending out that positive energy, because it does resonate. And the more we do it, and each one of us, there's what, 7 or 8, 9 of us. Yeah, we send that out, and then it gets reverberated and out into our neighborhood, and out into our city, and out into our state. It just reverberates. Yeah, good. Giving. That's where we're happiest, is we're in the mode of giving. All right, let's scoot forward in our chair. Good. Nice tall spine. Good. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, draw your head over to the right. I'm looking at my beautiful wolves that fell from the snow. And so I brought them inside. So pretty. And then inhale, slowly bring your head back forward, and exhale over to the other side. And notice which side of your neck felt a little stiffer. Just notice coming forward. And the more we notice, the more we become aware. Let's do that one more time. And the more we notice patterns, and then the more we notice patterns, then we can decide, maybe I want to change that pattern, like that forward, and go over to the other side. But again, just being easy on yourself, taking care of yourself, letting go of so much. We carry so much. Yeah, and just to drop that. All right, take a nice big breath in again. And as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. And slowly roll your head over to one side. Press into your feet to bring it up, and roll it to the other side. And forward. Feel free to soften or close your eyes. Do 3 circles in one direction. Big breath, right? Exhaling as you come down, and inhaling as you go up. And then when you've done 3, try to be slow. Then when the head comes forward, then you're going to pause and reverse, go the opposite direction. Good. And just noticing how nice that feels on the body. And when you've completed 3 on this side, head comes forward, just pause, press into your feet to let the head float back up, and slide your hands down alongside your body. Yeah, good. Nice tall spine. On an inhale breath, press into your feet and lift your shoulders up. And exhale, relax them down. On an inhale breath, draw your shoulders forward and up, and melt them back and down. Good. And forward and up, and back and down. Nice. And let's just do 1 or 2 the opposite direction. So back and up, and forward and down. Nice and slow and stretchy. Slow many times is more challenging than fast. Yeah. And relax, shake it out. Good. Bringing your hands back onto your lap. We're going to lift your heels up and drop your heels and lift your toes. So my feet here. Lift the heels and drop and lift the toes. And again, lift the heels as high as you can and pause. Good. And drop your heels. And this is always challenging for me. Lift the toes, strengthening our shins. That helps with our balance, right? We're in strength and balance today. Yeah. And release the toes down. Good. Nice tall spine. We're going to bring our fingers forward. We're going to lift them up. Good. We're just going to wave out and in and out and in. And then relax, let the arms float back down. Now we're going to float the arms out to either side and lift the fingers up. And then rotate the fingers forward and back. Relax the shoulders while you're doing this. Yeah, go slow. And notice if my right shoulder seems to be a little tighter than my left. But just an observation. Nothing to fix. So many times we become aware of something and we want to fix it right away. And sometimes if we just give it time, it just sort of disappears. Yeah, and relax. Good. Things like, when we eat something, what we eat pretty much stays with us and affects us for about 2.5 days. Right? So if we really did not do something nice to our body and just ate way too much, whatever, sugar, alcohol, whatever, it takes our body 2.5 days to process that. So just keeping that in mind, if you're like, okay, well, that was yesterday. Why am I still feeling today? Because that's what it takes for the body to process things, remove toxins and all of that stuff. Yeah. Good. All right. So and again, a nice tall spine, lift the heart, look up. And as you exhale, slide your hands forward and drop your head. And press into your feet. On the flip side, when we do nice things to our body, it also lasts. And it strengthens our body, for several days. So just doing a couple cat-cows at your own pace. Reaching, lifting. I like to stretch my elbows back to open up that heart. And down. Good. And one more. Just massaging out your spine, taking some nice care of your spine. And coming back to a nice tall spine. So that was forward and back for our spine. Let's pancake our hands, and if it's comfortable on your shoulders, to lift your elbows up about shoulder height. If that's not comfortable, feel free to keep them lower. Nice tall spine. And then we're just gonna inhale to one side and exhale to the other. In and out of your nose. Yeah, just doing a nice little kind spiral twist for the spine, get some movement in the spine. Next time that you go to the right, just pause there. And again, turn your head and look further towards that right elbow. And then on your next exhale breath, slowly bring the body forward and go over to the other side and pause and look. And then relax, bring the head back forward, the body back forward. Relax the elbows down, interlace your hands, and just move your hands and your fists and your wrists around. Nice and loose, stretching. Yeah, good. And then bending your elbows and stretching your fingers as wide as you can. And then make a fist and stretch as wide as you can. And then with that stretch as wide as you can, then just start to wiggle your fingers as if there's like a breeze blowing through your fingers as you're stretching the fingers. Yeah, this gives a nice stretch to our fingers. Don't forget the thumbs. Yeah, wide fingers as you move them around a little bit and relax. Ooh, that's more challenging than it looks. Wiggle out the fingers, just shake them out. Good. All right, nice tall spine. We're scooted a little bit forward in our chair. We're gonna come to the lower body here. And this is about our core here. So we're gonna just have a nice tall spine. You can hold on to your chair with your hands if you'd like to. But we're gonna just lift our right leg up and extend the right heel forward and re-bend the knee and place the foot back down. And lift the left leg up and extend and re-bend and release. Let's do that again. Lift up, tuck your belly in. That's helping that weight of the leg. Extend, re-bend, release, lift up, extend, re-bend, release. Okay, we're gonna pause here now. When we lift the leg, we're gonna just pause with that weight of the leg lifted. And you can always go to your heel, right? Drop to your heel. So lift up and extend and hold. Yeah, feel the thigh working, tuck the belly in. Maybe do a couple circles with that foot and maybe reverse a couple circles. How you doing? And then either you can drop your heel or re-bend and drop. Yeah, good. All right. That takes a lot of strength. Yeah. So if that's feeling like too much, again, always drop to your heel and you can move your toes side to side. Yeah, let's do the other side. So lift up and we're gonna pause here. Okay. And do a couple circles. If that feels good. Feel that thigh holding up the weight of that leg. You got it. Good. Hold. And then either drop or re-bend and release. And then if you drop, you just slide back. Nice. All right. Whew. That's good for strengthening these thighs. And those thighs are what we need to do to keep us from falling, right? To keep us balanced, to keep us strong. So that if we go upstairs, you know, because when our legs and our muscles get weak, that we have a high propensity to fall because we're feeling weak. So of course, if we do a little trip or a little misstep, if we're weak, that's when we tend to tumble. If we're strong, we're able to just grab ourselves, right? To hold ourselves. All right. So we're going to come into a stand, right? But again, feel free to stay in your chair if you'd like. If you'd like to stand and do some standing, we'll do that. So take a breath in. As you exhale, lean forward. Yes, and then leading with your chest, pressing into your thighs. So that you can even have your hands on the outside of your thighs. Yeah, as you lean forward, press into your feet and slowly come to a stand. Yeah, working these thighs and help us. Yeah, we're just gonna come to the back of our chair and shake it out. I'm gonna slide mine here. You can see. Shake it out, move the body. So we've been sitting for about a half hour. So we want to do this slow. Good. Yeah. And move around, shake the feet, shake the leg, shake the hips a little bit, shake the arms a little bit, pump the shoulders a little bit. Blink the eyes a little bit and relax. Go. Let's come to mountain pose. So toes forward, feet about in line with the hips. Yeah, palms are forward, shoulders are gently back, tummy's tucked in, kneecaps lift up. Just feel that strength when you lift those kneecaps up. That engages this big muscle, one of our biggest muscles, right, are our thighs. Yeah, good. So we want those engaged. And as we get older, we have a tendency to lose more muscle mass and it's hard to get it back. So that's why we're here every Tuesday. Yes. All right. Let's just start to move the body. So we're going to start to lift the heart rate up a little bit. So just start nice tall spine. We're going to start a march. Then we're going to start to challenge our balance a little bit. So we're going to start to walk to a couple steps forward, and as you walk, turn your head side to side. Yeah, just a couple steps. And now we're gonna walk back. As you walk back, turn your head side to side. Yeah, if that feels okay on your body. Yeah, good. We're gonna do that one more time. So walk forward, turn your head side to side. And that's challenging our balance. Our brain is having to really talk to the body and go back. Yeah. Good. Yeah, just practicing that will help us to prevent that fall. And come back to our march, just our stable march. Good. And then maybe march a little bit wider. And so slow it down and go wider. And feel these glute muscles, also big muscles that hold us up as we walk and we move. And keeping those tight and nice and strong will help us to stay steady. Yeah, good. And now slowly come back to center. But we're gonna keep a nice wide stance here, a little bit wide, wider of a stance, good. And we're just gonna rock the hips side to side. So stretching the inside of our thighs, the outside of our hips. And that just feels nice after our march. Good. And come back to center, soften the knees. We're just gonna start to rock side to side. So inhaling to one side, exhaling to the other. Big breath in, breath out. And let's blow the breath out either with like you're blowing out a candle or just big sigh. One more. And slow it down. Good. And slowly bring your feet back to that hip distance apart. Find your mountain pose. Bring your awareness to your knees, right? Lift those kneecaps like you want to lift them up and feel that thigh engage. Yeah, and we want to, if we can, think about that as you're taking a walk, is just engaging that kneecap up so your thighs get nice and strong. Yeah, something fun to practice with. Good. All right, a little bit of a balance. You may need the chair here, but we're just gonna come up onto our toes and we're gonna swell forward and back on our balls of our feet. Good, and drop. And then do the heels. That's where you might need to hold on. Whenever we're tipping back, the brain is like, whoa, but it's great practice. Yeah, good. And then relax, and now walk on the outsides of your feet a little bit. So we're just massaging the feet, but also we're strengthening and stretching those ligaments. Yeah, and all this to help us to stay steady, balanced, prevent falling. Because we probably all know somebody that fell and fractured a hip, right, at this point. Yeah, and wiggle out the feet. Good. All right. So just nice and slow and gracefully, we're gonna do a little side bend for our spine. So we did forward and back and a little twist and now side to side. Yeah, so we're gonna find the nice mountain pose. We're gonna bring our gaze over to the right. And then we're gonna drop the head down and look at the right hand. Turn the right palm out. Good. On an inhale breath, start to reach or float that right arm up towards the sky. So nice and slow, and follow the gaze. You're watching your hand reach up towards the sky. And once it's as high as is comfortable, you can look up at it. If that's not comfortable on your neck, you can just look to the right. Yeah. And take your left palm and gently press it into the side of your left thigh. And breathe. Just bringing awareness to our breath. Opening up that right side, lung and fascia tissue. And then slowly start to lower. So slowly catch the gaze of that right hand, that palm, and ever so slowly, just watch as your arm floats through space, so gracefully like a feather, till it goes all the way down. Good. Relax the right arm. Lift the head straight back up so you're looking to the right. And then slowly turn the head back forward. Yeah, good. It's hard to go slow sometimes, right? But it's so pretty and graceful. Yeah. Let's bring that awareness to the other side. So we're going to turn to the left now. And then drop your head and look down towards that left hand. Turn the left palm out. Same thing on this side. Slowly start to float the hand up and just watch it slowly raise as slow as you can. Yeah, just noticing all the lines, the fingers, the joints, and all these things that this hand has done for us in our lifetime. And then when it's as high as is comfortable on your body, you can look up at it, or you can bring the gaze just looking under the left arm. Bring your right palm and just gently press into your right side for leverage. Tummy is tucking in. Good. And breathe, stretching that left hand up as much as it's comfortable to stretch that left side, left rib, left even side of your, in your back, right lungs. And now when you're ready, on your next exhale breath, slowly start to watch that left hand as it slowly floats down. Again, just looking at the amazing palm and the lines in the palm of your hand. Yeah. And the hand goes all the way down. Relax, lift the head straight up so you're looking to the left. And slowly turn the head back forward. Good. And roll it out, shake it out. Nice. All right. Let's again find our nice mountain pose. We're going to inhale and reach the arms forward. Good. Our feet are planted, toes are planted into the floor. We're going to take a breath in, keeping our hips forward where they are. As we exhale, we're going to draw the arms over to the right, just a little bit. You're going to start to feel that resistance. Yes, take a breath there. And as you exhale now, turning at your waist a little further, as far over, soften the knees. Don't keep the knees locked. Yeah, and twist over to the right. You can look over the left shoulder, or the right shoulder rather, and breathe. Yeah, feeling that twist coming from the waist and the hips. Again, engaging those thigh muscles. And then inhale, slowly start to bring the arms back forward. Body follows. Yeah, good. And relax and shake it out. Good. All right, we'll do the other side. The arms float up. We're going to start with keeping the hips forward. Keep those knees soft and turn the arms to the left now. And then when you feel that little resistance, especially in that right hand, take a breath in. And as you exhale, then start to turn at your waist as far over as you can. And notice if either side is different. I can't come over as far on this side for me. And then turn your head and look over to the left. And again, just bringing that awareness. And breathe. Try to relax. Relax the fingers, the arms as they're being held up. Good. And on your next inhale breath, slowly bring the body back forward, head back forward. Nice and slow. Good. And relax. And shake it out. Yeah, move the body to shake off any tension that you might be feeling. Yeah, good. All right, stretching our back hamstrings now. We're working our thighs. Yeah, and a nice stretch for the back hamstrings. It's called pyramid pose. So we start with our feet, toes forward. We're gonna take our right foot and step it forward. Just a little bit. So you wanna have both feet planted on the floor. Yeah, we don't want the left heel lifting up. Yeah, so nice. And then the feet are a little wider. It's kind of in a tandem. You're in like a little tandem stance here. And we're gonna bring our hands onto our waist. Yes, good. All right. We're gonna take a nice big breath in, lift the chest, reach the elbows gently back. Good. And now as you exhale, have your hands in front of your hip bones there and start to slide your hips back as you hinge forward. Keep the spine straight, don't round the back. And we're just looking at the floor. Keep the top of the head reaching forward. Yeah. And then take a breath in here. And as you exhale, tiny little movement here, but lift the right hip bone up a little bit and drop the left. You want to have the sacrum nice and flat, and tendency here is for that back leg, that hip to rise up. Yeah. Make sure that the knees stay a little soft. They're pretty straight, but there's a little softness in the knees. And breathe. And each time you exhale, see if you can hinge forward a little bit more. And feel that stretch from basically your Achilles tendon up your calf, your hamstring, your glutes, getting a nice stretch. Yes. Now to come up, we're going to take the hands and drag them down onto our hips. And then slowly press into your toes. Drag your hands down onto your hips to slowly bring the body back up. And get unhinged here. And relax. Good. And on an inhale breath, bring that left foot up next to the right. Yeah. Shake it out, especially the hands. Those tend to get, the fingers get a little workout there. Yeah. And we're going to go to that pyramid on the other side. Good. So start with mountain pose. Good. Now take the left foot forward. And so move around a little bit, widen your stance. Make sure that your feet aren't too far apart where you're feeling like that back heel's coming up. We want both heels nice and planted. And then bringing hands onto the waist. Inhale, lift the heart, reach the elbows back, get nice and tall. And then as you exhale, start to slide your hip bones back. Start to hinge at your hips and just come to wherever your body allows. Yes, good. So reaching the top of the head forward, soft bend in the knees. And then here on this side, you want to take a breath in, and as you exhale, see if you can lift the left hip up a little bit and drop the right hip, flattening out your sacrum. And breathe. Nice big breaths here. And with each exhale breath, just see if you can melt the chest a little bit closer to the floor. Feeling that stretch now along the back of your legs again, the calves, the hamstrings. Yeah. Good. And now when you're ready, press down into your hips and slowly start to bring the body back up. Press into your toes, drag your hips down, let the upper body just float back up. Good. Release the hands. On an inhale breath, bring that right foot next to the left. Shake out those fingers. Good. All right. We're going to do a little, let's just really shake off tension in the body. We tend to build up tension, when we're challenging ourselves a little bit. Yeah. So just have that awareness and let it go. So you're going to probably want your chair here. We're going to come to the right of your chair. We're going to practice some nice balance here. It's really good for us, for our balance. Yes, and our fall prevention for sure. All right, so we're just gonna have a nice tall spine here. Good. We're gonna soften this outside knee, so your right knee maybe. Yeah. And then we're gonna bring, excuse me, our right arm forward. Sorry, allergies. Palm is facing in. And take a breath in, and as you exhale, start to move your head and your hands out to the right. Good. And then move it back together, the head and the hands, move back forward and release. Okay, and shake it out. And now we're going to do a little bit deeper balance by lifting the knee and also taking the knee out to the side. Yeah, so this is very challenging. We want a really strong standing foot here. So we're going to start with bending the knee. Good. Reach your right arm forward. Good. And then engage this left kneecap, make this nice and engage this left glute, and maybe float the right knee up And now as you take the head and the hand out to the right, you're also going to take the leg out to the right. If that's working for you, you can touch that right toe down. Yeah, if that's feeling like too much, or keep it lifted, that's big. Yeah, and then slowly start to bring it back to center, to forward. Yeah, good. And release. And wah, shake that out, especially this hip, right? It takes all that weight. Good, but it's good for our strength. Yeah, and again, even if you do it with your toe and taking the leg out, yeah, we're working that brain-body connection. Yeah, that dynamic balance. All right. So let's gonna do the other side. Let's step over to the other side. Let's just do that same thing, nice tall spine, bend this outside leg, engage the kneecap on this inside leg. Let's start here. Actually, we're gonna just take this time, we're gonna take the hand and the head. And if you wanna try this side without holding on, that just takes it to another level, right? And then start to reach that arm out as you watch it go out to the side, like we did with our side bend. And then watch it as it comes back forward. Yeah, nice and slow. And release. Good. All right. And then we'll do it again. And if you want to lift the knee and take the knee out to the side, that's an option. Yeah. And start here. Bend the knee, arm forward. Good. And then maybe lift that knee up. And then take everything out to the side. The head, the hand, the knee. Yeah. Try not to lean over to the right too much. And then slowly bring it back forward, really squeezing that right glute and release. Yeah. That feels awkward and it doesn't feel graceful, but it's really good practice. All right. A little bit more of a balance challenge here. So we're going to come into a tandem. So we're going to take this right foot forward, just like our pyramid pose, right? So make sure that you have both feet planted and a nice tall spine. Good. All right. And then we're going to take our arms out into a T. Good. And then so heart is lifted. And then see if you can soften your gaze or even close your eyes. And just notice if you closed your eyes. The body may start to wobble a little bit because the legs are not right underneath you. So the body's needing to adjust. Yeah. And so that little wobble is good. That means your brain's connecting to the body. We're practicing that. And then slowly float the eyes open and release. Good. Okay, making sure that your tandem stance is nice and comfortable and both feet are planted on the floor. We're going to bring our right hand onto our chair. Here, good. And now on an inhale breath, see if you can lift your heels up. Come onto the balls of your feet. Good. And see if you can close your eyes or just soften your gaze. And that might be a challenge, right? You're feeling that challenge. It's amazing when you take your eyesight out of how the body really has to balance itself. And then open the eyes and release the heels down. Which is why, let's just take a little break here. We have one more in that tandem pose, which is why as we get older and if we, our eyes start going or we get cataracts or our eyesight starts to diminish, again, that alone is a huge reason why there's a lot of people that fall, right? Because we're just so dependent on our eyes. So when we practice balancing without our eyesight, that's such good practice. All right, again, let's bring that left foot forward and right foot. So this is just taking this to another level. Yeah, and so this time, instead of holding onto the chair, you're just gonna have your palm at the front of the chair. That's just touching it. Yeah. Now, nice tall spine. See if you can lift up onto your heels. So not holding on is a huge challenge, right? Yeah. And now if you're feeling pretty stable, maybe just a little wobble, see if you can squint your eyes Yeah, and maybe even close your eyes. And you can always grab onto the chair there. Yeah, good. Whoa. And then open your eyes and release your heels and shake it out. We're just gonna stay on this side. We're gonna do the other leg forward. Good. So it's the time it's the right foot forward, left foot back. And again, but we're standing on both feet equally. And good. All right, so we're just gonna begin here with holding onto the chair. Yeah, and lifting the heels. Good. And then again, if you want to squint your eyes or close your eyes, and just enjoy the little wobble. Yeah, and try to control the wobble a little bit. And then open the eyes and drop the heels. And now here's the big challenge, right? Is just placing your hand. The hand is literally just resting onto your chair. So you're almost not holding on at all. Good. And then slowly lift the heels. See how that goes. Yeah, that's going fine. Then squint the eyes. If that's going pretty okay, close the eyes. Yeah, and balance. You got it. This dynamic balance, such good practice for us. And then open the eyes, then drop the heels and draw that right foot back next to the left and shake it out. Okay, nice work, everybody. Not an easy task. We're feeling a downward facing dog after all that. So coming to the back of your chair, you can do it on the seat of your chair, find your downward facing dog, bringing your hands, planting them onto something. I like the back of my chair, and start to walk back. Just moseying back, one foot at a time, stretching the hips back, and then pause when you get as far as you can go. Soften your knees, stretch your hips back as you gently reach your fingers forward, looking down at the floor. Head is resting between the arms. Stretching that whole back body now. From the heels all the way up your back of your head, under your arms. And feel free to straighten the left knee and bend it. And straighten the right knee and bend. And straighten the left. And straighten the right. And relax. And then looking up between your hands, just take a little walk, slowly coming back to the back of your chair. Good. And find yourself back of your chair. Good. And relax the arms down. Good. Let's bring one hand on top of the other. And let's bring the tops of our hands onto our forehead or third eye. And then feel free to close your eyes here. Yes, it's just a little standing child's pose. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Gently pressing onto your forehead, that area between your eyebrows. Taking a few breaths here. Just relaxing the mind. And then slowly, when you're ready, floating your eyes open and slowly relax the hands and just let them float down. And good. And roll it out. And good. Finding our mountain pose here with feet right underneath the hips. We're going to slide our hands back, interlace your hands behind your hips. Good. And then either steeple your pointer fingers towards the floor, or you can just remain in hands in fists. And see if you can try to touch your palms together behind you. Good. And then see if you can slide your shoulders back. Lift your heart. Maybe even lift your gaze up to where the ceiling meets the wall or a little higher. And breathe into your chest, opening up our armpits and our thyroid, thymus, heart. Breathe. 2, 1. And when you're ready, just soften everything. Let the head float back forward. Relax the shoulders, arms, and unlace your hand behind your back. Those back bends feel so good, right? That helps to uplift us. Again, if you're having an overwhelming day, just stand, do a little back bend here. Yeah, bring a smile to your face, and that will reset you. Yeah. So we're standing in front of our chair. We're going to go ahead and make our way down to our seat. So take a nice big breath in, and as you exhale, start to send your hips back. We're just going to go slow here. Yeah. So you're about a third of the way, maybe a half of the way to your seat. Good. Let's lift our heart, lift our chest, come into a little back bend here. Tuck your tummy up. Reach your left arm or right arm forward and your left. Good. We're just going to do our little airplane again. We're going to reach the fingers up, and then we're going to slide the fingers down and reach them back. And reach the fingers forward and up. And reach them down. Just keep them down. Good. And take a breath in and exhale. Grab the front of your chair. Another breath in and exhale. Slowly allow your hips. So going slow sitting down is a huge challenge in itself. We're working a lot of muscles doing that. Good. All right. And relax. All right. Getting into our hips a little bit. It's always nice to get into your hips and open your hips up. So clasping behind your right knee, and then inhale, hug your thigh into your belly. Good. And then bring that outside of the ankle onto that left leg, or you can cross at your ankles here. And just try to relax this right thigh towards the floor. Stretch by lifting the right toes up if your leg is on top of your knee. And lift your heart and look up. Good. And as you exhale, just press your heart forward. And press into your left foot to come back up. So just massage forward and back, keeping the spine straight and taking the chest forward and back. So we're just opening up this right hip. And then at some point when you come forward, pause and just look down at the floor and find your breath. Close your eyes. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Just melt into the stretch. When you're ready, on an inhale breath, press down into your left foot. Slowly allow the body to float back up. And then take your hands and just help that leg up off your body, your leg. And let's just do that same thing on the other side. So grabbing behind that left knee and hugging it in, squeezing it into your belly. That's a little bit of a detox. And then bring that leg either up onto that right leg or across at your ankles. Yeah. Lift the toe up. Lift the heart, stretch up tall. And exhale, keep the chin up as you press the chest forward, hinging forward. You'll feel that left hip and then come back up. And then exhale, press forward. And inhale, back up. And one more time, exhale, press the chest maybe a little bit more forward. Feel free to relax the head down, close your eyes. And breathe into this opening. Relax the shoulders. Relax the hands, let the fingers be soft. And just let the weight of the body fall a little bit more forward with each exhale breath. 2 more breaths here. Good. And then on an inhale breath, slowly bring your body back up. Good. And then help that leg up and off. Nice. Good. And relax. Just open and close the legs. Yeah. Move the hands, move the body, shake the head lightly. Just get yourself rid of any tension that you might have built up. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Yeah, find a nice tall spine. Take a nice big deep breath. And through the mouth, exhale it out. Ha, 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 ha. As long as you can. And just let the whole body relax. Good. And let's get ready for final relaxations. You're staying seated in your chair, scoot back into your chair. Bring your palms up on your lap. If you want to lay down, feel free. And close the eyes. And let's take another deep breath in. Hold the breath at the top and let it go. And take another breath in. Hold the breath. Hold it a little longer. And when you're ready, breathe out. Let the breath go. Relax the shoulders. Relax the whole body now. Let go of all of your efforts. Let the heart soften. Let the arms relax. Let the hips relax. And the legs. Your feet. And your fingers. And your toes. Whole body relaxed. Bring a gentle little smile to your face. And let go of all of your efforts. Bringing your awareness to any thoughts. Good thoughts, bad thoughts. Just let them be. Let them come. Let them go. And for this just next 2 minutes, just be here. Nothing to do. No place else to be, but right here. relax. And feel free to remain here for as long as you'd like. And should you choose to slowly make your way back into this space and time, take a breath in and breathe out. And slowly begin to wiggle your toes and fingers. Moving the body, swaying the body gently. Waking yourself up. Back to stillness. Take a little bit deeper breath in. And let go of any last bits of tension you may be holding. Bringing your hands into prayer position and resting your thumbs onto your heart. And take a nice big deep breath in, fill your belly and your heart. And as you exhale, allow the forehead to drop to the fingertips. We'll close practice today with this. Remain strong and centered in the midst of changing emotions. And then give them over to this unseen force, which is always there, guiding you. When you feel ready and complete at your own pace, so gently begin to flutter the eyes open as you lift your head. And I thank you all for coming and taking care of yourself on this day. Have a lovely, amazing rest of your day. Namaste.